Michael Thomas Gordon, also known as McGee, performed on Saturday Night Live on November the 9th, 2024, and we're going to talk about it right here. My name is Chris King. This is Love Live Music. And if you're not familiar with McGee, the way I heard about him, like a few months ago, maybe it was back in April or May, a story came out from Eric Clapton, of all people. And yeah, I get it. Take what Eric Clapton says with a grain of salt, if you know what I mean. But he said the most innovative guitar player that he had seen since Prince is McGee. Just the way that he plays and pulls it off live, that it was very, very cool to him. I know, I paraphrased it. You can go look up the quote and see what I'm talking about. McGee kicks things off with the song Rockman, which, man, what a song. And what a set design, and everything about this really excited me in a way that no other rock act has on SNL since, like, maybe the last time Jack White was on. That was a year or two ago, I feel like. I could be wrong. But McGee comes out to perform Rockman, and the stage is totally black except the backdrop behind them is a blood red screen. And so the three musicians is McGee. He's got somebody else that's either on bass or another guitar, and I couldn't really tell because they were in the dark the whole time. And then he's got someone working beats and maybe a real drum, or maybe he's hitting a pad. With one hand, he's hitting something, and the other hand, he's playing something like a key or a sequencer of some sort. So there's three of them on stage. They all are shrouded in darkness except for the red backdrop behind them. It looks very cool. McGee, who I got to say, I don't think I've ever really seen him. He has a very cool look to him. He's got great hair, which, you know, those were the days of great hair. He's got a kind of a chiseled jaw. He looks a little bit like Christopher Reeve or Rob Thomas, a young Rob Thomas, or an alive Christopher Reeves, Superman, Rob Thomas, Matchbox 20, as he performs Rockman, a song which, if I'm not mistaken, I heard that like a month ago he played it 10 times. 10, where's the camera? 10 times in a row at a show. Maybe not all in a row, maybe just 10 times through the night, but still, I feel like that's almost a full set. You can play the same 3.5-minute song 10 times, then, lights out. It's over. Everybody's going home after that. So he's definitely an artist with a particular way about him, and one that I'm excited to find out what's next. So the song Rockman, it's an excellent song. It's got a very cool hook to it. It's got a screeching eagle noise in the background, if that's your thing, and why wouldn't it be? Just all in all, the first performance, bang on, loved it. Rockman. Actually, I had a friend of mine, a few years older than me, sent me a text and said, I just downloaded the song. It was freaking awesome. Comes back for the second song, Elisis, and another cool stage setup. I mean, they're essentially in the same place, except this time, instead of the deep red backdrop, they have they're backlit with bright white lights behind them, so it casts them kind of as a shadow. It's much darker for the percussionist and the other either bass or guitar player that's playing. I mean, much darker. Like, how do those guys see what they're supposed to be playing? All that being said, this was just like last week with Chapel Roan. This was an example of live music, live vocals on live TV, and I love that so much. McGee definitely has some killer live vocals. He's using auto-tune, but man, you could tell that he's singing it for real. You can catch on some nuances that it is a live vocal, and that is the best to me. That you go out there and you put it on SNL. The song Elisis didn't love as much as Rockman. By the time it was almost over, I was thinking to myself, man, this didn't really have a hook or anything memorable to me as a song, but the performance, very memorable. And if you haven't seen McGee's 2 songs on SNL from November 9th, 2024, go check them out. If you like, I feel like it's indie rock, but I could be wrong. It could be, maybe he falls in the Tommy Richmond category. Maybe it's like when Post Malone came out and we felt like he was kind of indie at first, and then, really it was more like indie pop and then country. So hard to say where McGee goes from here. But what we do know is McGee will be around for a while. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and maybe it's that one.